We're here with Matthew Dawes, CEO of All Amber, organiser of Mobile West Africa 2015 and also all the other ones. Matthew, how's it been this year?
It's been really good, yeah. It's been hard work, but yeah, really good. Very positive. More sponsors, more attendees, more interesting conversations. I think the event has always been a good a barometer for the industry and how it's developed. So, and I think this year was another good sort of touch of the spectrum in terms of where it's going and where it's come from as well. So I think yeah, in terms of the key takeaways this year in the leaders of mobile session, there was a lot of talk about the smartphone penetration rates being very low still, at around sort of the figures from the comments have been between 9 and 15%. I think 15% is extremely high. I think it's much nearer the 9 or 10%. And also, what came out of that was the opportunity that exists with the feature phones. I mean, if there's 134 million phones in the country, and if 10% of them are smartphones, that means that there's what 120 million that are feature phones, and that's a huge opportunity.
A lot of interest and debate today about content. How have you seen that grow since maybe you started? Well,
the first couple of years there was a lot of talk about music, and that was evident in the entertainment panel we had today. And that's an interesting one because we had My Music come in and do their launch at the conference, and they're an interesting startup. But then you look at iRocking, you look at Spinlet, and they're, I mean, four or 5 years on since they both launched, and they haven't sort of set the world alight. And so that's an interesting one. I think personally with the music scene in Lagos, I think there's lots of different ways of getting music already. So there wasn't a particular gap to plug in that market. Whereas when you look at gaming, and when you look at, say, the Talking Books guys who've launched today as well, that is an actual gap in the market. Same as e-commerce is obviously a huge market where you can actually achieve something with your service or product. And when you're talking mobile as well, yeah, that's it's where mobile has facilitated that service as opposed to it actually being the service, which is important.
Also, there was a lot of talk from the Alliance for Affordable Internet and also Opera about, you know, data and affordability. Do you think that's coming more to the front now, or what's
Yes, yeah, I do. Yeah, on a universal access and affordability, it's just, you know, when you going back to smartphone penetration, that's a major thing because people know that when they start to, if they have a phone, or maybe some people are aware when they have a phone, they're going to spend a lot of money on data, and if you don't know how much that data is costing you or how much it's going to cost you, there's going to be an element of bill shock, and that will scare off a consumer. And going back to actual universal access, well, it's never going to be free unless sort of you're focusing on particular content like health content, and there's NGOs that are stepping in. But the cost of access is a huge factor in all of this, as is the cost of devices. So you've got a number of things that are coming together there. You've got the smartphone, the actual cost of the device, you've got the cost of the connectivity, and then you've got consumer education, which is something that I think people are becoming more aware of. That if you look at 10 years ago, then just having a feature phone is a huge step forward in terms of actual telecommunications, and having the ability to call someone or text or SMS or text or flash someone, that's a big step up. So the next step up to smartphone for the vast majority of people in Nigeria, in West Africa, that's a gigantic leap. So sort of saying that smartphone penetration is going to go through the roof, it just isn't the case. It's going to evolve and it's going to grow year on year, but it's not just going to make a sudden leap up to like silly numbers.
So what's next for All Amber?
I'm going to need a holiday, I reckon, after this. No, I don't know. Yeah, we're looking at various things. We do two events, one in London, one in Berlin, which are about app promotion. They're called the App Promotion Summit, interestingly, and they're both very good and very relevant for any app developer, because that's about how to, it's not about how to develop an app, it's about how to have a successful app and how to monetize it and promote it and market it. So, and that's for gaming as well. So those are the two that are immediately on the calendar, but we'll definitely be coming back to Lagos next year.
Great, and finally the apps, talk about apps, the apps competition, what did you think of the entries this year?
Yeah, it was brilliant. It's we had, I think it was a record number of entrants, really high quality finalists, and I think it was a deserved winner as well, and someone from Ghana. So another good story that's come out of the Mest school. So yeah, no, brilliant. It's a core part of the conference.
Great. Well, thank you for taking the time to speak with us.
Pleasure. Thank you very much.
Cheers.